Hello, I'm Matt, and welcome to the Black Cat Bushcraft channel. Today I wanted to share with you a couple of real quick ideas on how to rig up a Mora Eldris neck knife. I wanted to share with you exactly how I rigged mine up for neck carry, just a couple of quick, simple ideas. Stick with me and we'll take a close look. Alright, the first step I wanted to show you was how to attach this little mini ferro rod to your necklace. And once you cut that initial loop of paracord off, which I showed you earlier, the most obvious option would be to just simply slide this onto your 550 cord and let it slide down and sit against your knife sheath. Now, the thing I don't like about that is that sticks out about a 90-degree angle and it's banging against the sheath and it's just kind of sloppy like that, and I don't like stuff like that. I don't like my gear being loose and flopping around like that. So here's an option to fix that. I determined whereabouts on my line that I wanted that little ferro rod to sit, and I simply tied an overhand knot, okay, when I originally rigged this. Right, now I'm not going to cinch that knot down tight. I'm going to leave it open a little bit like that, and I'll show you why. So now I can take my little ferro rod and slide it on and slide it down, and when I get to that little overhand knot, what I'm going to do is simply insert the end of the fire steel into that knot, slide it up about 1/3 of the way, and then just cinch all that together. Cinch it down tight. And now my ferro rod is riding in line with my necklace. It's like it's just become a link of the necklace. And that works much better. It stays in place, and it stays, tight and secure. It's not coming off, obviously, because the 550 cords run through that loop. But if I want to use that ferro rod, it's very simple. I just come here on this little part that runs across the ferro rod and just pull some slack in it, just like that. And now I can just pull the end right outside of that. It almost serves as a sheath, that overhand knot. And when I want to reinsert, I just put it in there and then cinch my necklace down, and that pulls tight again. And that works really well, and it keeps that ferro rod nice and tight in your necklace, but easily accessible whenever you need it. Okay, now that we've got our fire steel rigged up, in order for this knife to hang around our neck as a necklace, we have to attach the two ends of paracord. And I'm assuming that most people would probably just tie a simple necklace knot, which is just one end does an overhand knot, and then you come back with the opposite end and tie an overhand knot. And that works. It works well. Sometimes it works too well, because once you've got this necklace knot tied, and I'm not going to even bother cinching that down, if these two bind against each other, you're not breaking that knot out, and that 550 cord could choke you, and it could probably support your body weight, depending on your body weight, hang you. Or if you think in terms of self-defense, someone who came up and maybe attacked you, they could use this to actually choke you. And as someone who, as a martial artist, I always think in those types of terms. So I never put a lanyard on my neck that doesn't have a break-free system. Now recently I made a video of how to use a bead for a break-free system that I put on my compass. But since Mora was nice enough to include this little leather tag, I figured I'd make use of that. If you look at it, you can tell that the hole has kind of been keyholed. Try to get that in focus. Right, and all I did was take a leather punch and expand the hole that was already there. And the reason I did that is you need to be able to insert two parts of the paracord into that hole. I'll show you what I mean. So basically what I did was insert one side of the paracord, and then I had to come back and take the other end of paracord and do the same. And I used a lighter to kind of burn and flatten out the ends of this cord, and it's starting to fray back out again as I've been messing with it. Alright, so just insert one side, and I come back and insert the other side of the paracord. Just like that. Okay, hopefully you can see that well. So I've just run both ends through there. Now, what I'll do is just simply tie an overhand knot in this end, and pull it down so it's nice and neat right at the end of the cordage. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Now the beauty of that is this will make a necklace without tying any knots in the cordage that can bind, and you've got this small little piece of leather here that holds it all together. Now it's strong enough to hold it together to keep your knife around your neck. I don't think it's going to tear easily. But if someone were to grab that and try to choke me with it, or if I were to trip and fall and this were to hang me, that leather is going to split right there, no doubt about it. That's not going to support my body weight. So the Mora knife tag actually serves as your break free. It's kind of like your sacrificial part of your necklace if you were in an emergency. All right, now here's the nice thing. If you want to keep your lanyard really long, you just slide your tag all the way to the end. But if you want to adjust your knife, this gives you an adjustment, because you can just slide this tag, and it's kind of tight through there. You just slide this tag down and now you've shortened up your necklace. The other nice thing about that is when you put this around your neck, it pulls the cordage out at maybe a little less than a 90-degree angle. Sorry, that's not in frame. A little less than a 90-degree angle, and that binds against that leather. So it holds your knife in place and it allows you to adjust the length of your necklace. Alright, so once again, here's a look at that. You can see the paracord, 2 pieces just run through one hole on that leather tag, and then 2 overhand knots tied. If I slide this all the way to the end, then that makes my lanyard as long as it can be. Right, so that's the length of it. And if I put that on, it hangs way down. Now some people might not mind that. This is hanging almost to my waistline, and I don't like that. So all I'm going to do is come back here behind my neck, grab those 2 knots, and slide that little leather tag and shorten my knife up to where I want it to be. And you can see, I mean, if I yank it, obviously it's going to slide, but it stays in place. That leather binds against the paracord and friction holds it in place. Right? And so from the back, I'm not sure how well you can see that, but you just have those 2 little tags hanging back there. Doesn't bother a thing. And I think this system is safer and works really well. And of course, if I want to adjust this, or maybe I want to take it off, it's easy. I grab that tag, just slide it to the bottom, and I can take that knife on or off. Alright, well thank you for taking the time to tune in for these quick ideas on how to rig up a Mora Eldris neck knife. Keep in mind that these ideas don't have to be only applied to a Mora Eldris. You could use this for any neck lanyard, whether it be a knife or a compass lanyard or a necklace, whatever you're carrying. If you could find these small little fire steels with the drilled out hole in it, you could attach it just the same way. And keep in mind that that gives you another method for making a break-free lanyard with that little leather tag. And of course, it doesn't have to be a Mora knife tag. It could be any little piece of scrap leather. Run it through, tie those overhand knots, and now you have an adjustable as well as a safety break-free lanyard. And I really like the fact that this is adjustable. I think I like this better than the bead because it gives you that vertical up and down adjustment, and at the same time offering the safety of a break-free system. So thank you guys again for your time, your interest, and your support. I look forward to talking to you with another video as soon as possible. I've got the bugs eating me up out here. It's that time of year. Talk to you soon. Take care, and God bless.